I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor.
There isn't much of a breakdown or analysis necessary for Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden. It was simply a display of who MAGA really is.
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody.
This is the message they want the country to hear, that they think Puerto Ricans are garbage and laugh about it like we won't care. How do you think that energy translates when it comes to representing them fairly and equally?
All right. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
This guy literally can't come up with anything newer than some watermelon jokes about black people. He was invited to tell jokes that a third grader could have made. And it's not even offensive at this point. They're just simply identifying themselves in the most blatant ways possible. Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz wants to make sure that you know he agrees with their coming out party. To the last three people that didn't know that they're bigots. To everyone mad at Tony Hinchcliffe, it was a joke. Gaetz knows that they weren't jokes. They were very specifically targeted and, unsurprisingly, didn't go after one specific group.
For anyone watching that comedian who was telling jokes at the Trump rally in Madison Square Garden, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing. But did he make any jokes about white people? Because, you know, he shit on Puerto Ricans and Puerto Rico, he shit on Hispanics and Latinos, he shit on black people. Did he make any jokes about white people there? Any unseasoned food jokes or upholders of white supremacy jokes, or any jokes about Italians or Irish people, since you're in the club now, even though you weren't not too long ago? Or was it just minorities that were the butt of the joke at a Trump rally?
I guess the jokes ended when speakers forgot that it's not 2016 and they're not running against Hillary Clinton. But they still needed to release some very real pent-up hatred for her.
She is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a... The whole party, a bunch of degenerates, lowlives, Jew haters, and lowlives. Every one of them. Every one of them.
See, I put my MAGA jacket to trigger Hillary Clinton. There you go, Hill.
You know, this is the same group of people that will still whine over Hillary Clinton, talking about the baskets of deplorables, but think tossing out vicious hatred is a winning message. And why is Trump's attorney that lost his case in New York now a full-on campaign speaker? It really seemed like they just touted anyone that was willing to turn up the dial on contempt and disdain. These folks made it very clear who they deem their enemy.
The Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old. They won't let a Palestinian in Jordan. They won't let a Palestinian in Egypt. And Harris wants to bring them to you. They may have good people. I'm sorry, I don't take a risk with people that are taught to kill Americans at 2. I'm on the side of Israel. You're on the side of Israel. Donald Trump's on the side of Israel. And they're on the side of the terrorists.
Are we listening to Rudy Giuliani advocate for the indiscriminate murder of 2-year-olds in Gaza? This party is stoking fear about a 2-year-old on the other side of the world being conditioned to kill you. And the people cheering have no idea that they're conditioning their 2-year-olds to accept and even one day participate in the killing of innocent Palestinians. It was a dark event that lived up to the Nazi rally from 85 years ago that inspired it. MAGA wasn't there to generate more support from undecided voters. They were there to let the country know that they really, really don't give a damn about the election or democracy.
I'm in front of Madison Square Garden here in New York City. There's a massive crowd waiting to get in. and there's a real air of menace here. This is not a joyful crowd by and large. There was a huge sea of pardon Trump signs that we saw earlier, and I think that's part of the message tonight. This is a hedge. This is not a campaign or a candidate that is confident about winning. This is a campaign and a candidate that is appealing to the most extreme elements of his base so that in the event of a loss, they can take their fight to the streets. This is a continuation of that appeal to the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. And there's no doubt that this venue was chosen for a reason. Do me a favor, Google Madison Square Garden, 1939.
This campaign wants nothing to do with appealing to a majority of voters because they know that their message isn't what the majority of Americans believe in. So the message is, and always kind of has been, they're not buying it anymore, you guys. It's time to stop with the dog whistles and tell our fascists that we're going public. I mean, Tucker Carlson agreed.
In the deepest and truest sense. And the liberation he has brought to us is the liberation from the obligation to tell lies. Donald Trump has made it possible for the rest of us to tell the truth about the world around us. And that's the single most liberating thing you can do for people. If you want to enslave people, if you want to degrade them, force them to tell lies. And they have. They forced us to lie about everything at gunpoint, effectively. They put people in prison for refusing to lie. And not just the obvious lies that men can become women or Vladimir Putin blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. No, honestly, he did. January 6th was an insurrection. They were unarmed, but it was very insurrection-y. Not even the obvious ones, but the big lie. You know what the big lie is? The big lie is that they're impressive. That's what the big lie is.
They no longer have to lie about who they really are. They no longer have to lie about how much they hate the idea of freedom and equality for people that they deem inferior to the white race. They're just not hiding it anymore.
The cartels are gone. The criminal migrants are gone. The gangs are gone. America is for Americans and Americans only. One man, and that man, ladies and gentlemen, that man took a bullet for you. He took a bullet for democracy.
He says America is for Americans only. This as they rail against Americans, as they threaten Americans with sicking the military on anyone that doesn't submit to Donald Trump. But again, this doesn't have to be broken down. There are no hidden messages or agendas here. This is straight fascism, and they're very proud of it. I mean, we've been told that anyone that's been calling them out for the past decade are attacking them, that the aggression and anger is coming from their enemies within. The need for a catalyst to inspire as many traitors as possible to feel justified in their bloodthirst was on full display. It's all right in front of our faces and in their teleprompters, completely by design.
He's been indicted more than Al Capone. They have tried to imprison him, bankrupt him, and even kill him. Well, it didn't work because he will never stop fighting for you.
They have impeached him, indicted him, raided him, railroaded him, shot him, and sued him. And where is he? He is still standing.
Now, I don't know. I'm not going to do conspiracy, and I'm not going to do conspiracy. But it's kind of funny that they tried everything else, and now they're trying to kill him. They better not.